Let's say you are holding something no bigger than a sugar cube. It looks harmless, small, nothing special at all. Now picture 5 full-grown hippos standing on top of it. That tiny cube does not crack, does not crumble, does not break. Sounds impossible, right? But if that sugar cube was made of bone, it could handle the weight. That's how insanely strong your skeleton really is. Most people think of bones as fragile. You break your arm, you hear a crack, and suddenly bones seem weak. But in reality, they are one of the toughest and smartest materials in nature. They are stronger than concrete, stronger than steel of the same density, and yet light enough for you to jump, run, and move with ease. But here is the kicker. Your bones are not just strong. They are alive. They are constantly changing, breaking down, and building back up. And the way this happens might completely change the way you think about your own body. So how in the world can bones, the stuff inside your body, outmatch concrete? The answer lies in their design. Nature didn't just throw some calcium together and call it a day. Bones are carefully engineered structures that combine strength and flexibility in a way humans have only copied in buildings and machines. First, let's talk about the outer layer, called cortical bone. Picture a knight in shining armor. That outer shell is hard, dense, and built to protect everything inside. It is the reason you can bump your shin on the coffee table, and while it hurts like crazy, your bone does not crumble to pieces. But the real genius is found inside. Beneath that armor lies trabecular bone, a spongy-looking material filled with little beams in open spaces. At first glance, it looks weak, like a honeycomb. But do not let appearances fool you. That honeycomb design is exactly what gives your bones their superpower. You see, when you walk, run, or even just stand, your bones are under constant pressure. If they were solid blocks, they would crack and snap, just like concrete sidewalks do after a hard freeze. But the honeycomb design inside trabecular bone spreads out all that pressure evenly, like shock absorbers in a car. It's almost like a skyscraper. Engineers don't build skyscrapers as one giant piece of concrete. They use steel beams, supports, and carefully placed hollow spaces to make sure the building can sway with the wind without falling down. Bones figured out that trick millions of years before humans did. And here's something that will blow your mind. This design makes bones 5 times stronger than steel of the same density. Let that sink in. The stuff inside you is built tougher than the material used in bridges, cars, and skyscrapers. And yet, unlike steel, it is light enough for you to carry around without feeling weighed down. Imagine if your skeleton were made of solid stone. You would collapse under your own weight. Forget running or jumping, even standing would be nearly impossible. But your bones are built with a genius balance. Strong enough to hold you up, yet light enough for you to leap, dance, or sprint across a field. And here's where it gets even crazier. That spongy inside isn't the same in every bone. Bones in your legs, which carry more weight, have a thicker outer layer and a tighter honeycomb inside. Bones in your skull, which need to protect but not carry weight, are thinner but broader. It's like your skeleton custom builds each bone for its exact job. Think about that. Your femur, the thigh bone, is like a steel support column. Your ribs are like curved shields. Your skull is like a crash helmet, each one shaped, layered, and reinforced for the task it performs every single day. And unlike concrete, which cracks and stays cracked, bones can actually repair themselves. Break a concrete sidewalk and it stays broken until someone comes with tools and patchwork. Break a bone, and your body sends cells to rebuild it from the inside out. That's not just strength, that's resilience. Most people think of bones as dead. They picture them as white, dry sticks that just sit inside the body like scaffolding. But here's the twist. Your bones are very much alive. They're working, growing, and changing every single day, even while you sleep. Let me put it this way. Your skeleton is not a statue. It's more like a construction site that never shuts down. Workers are always on the job, breaking down old material and building fresh bone. This process is called remodeling, and it happens constantly. In fact, every 10 years or so, you get an entirely new skeleton without even noticing it. Now, who are these workers inside your bones? There are 2 main teams. First, we have osteoclasts, the demolition crew. Their job is to break down old or damaged bone tissue, clearing out the weak spots. Then step in osteoblasts, the builders. They fill in the gaps with brand new bone, stronger and healthier than before. It's like your body runs its own renovation company, fixing cracks and keeping the whole structure strong. And here's the crazy part. This process doesn't stop. Even right now, as you're watching this, bone cells are tearing down and rebuilding inside you. But bones are not just busy construction zones, they're also secret storerooms. Bones store minerals like calcium and phosphorus, which your body needs for muscles, nerves, and energy. When your body runs low, it taps into the bones like a savings account. Take out a little calcium here, deposit a little more there, all without you realizing it. And bones are not only storage units, they're factories too. Inside the marrow of your bones, billions of red and white blood cells are made every day. Red cells carry oxygen, while white cells help fight off infections. So without your bones, not only would you collapse into a puddle, but your body would also struggle to stay alive. Here's another fact that surprises people. Bones actually respond to your lifestyle. Use them and they grow stronger. Ignore them and they weaken. For example, astronauts who spend time floating in space lose bone density because they're not using their bones against gravity. On the other hand, athletes and people who do weight-bearing exercises often have denser and stronger bones. It's like your bones are listening to what you do every day and adjusting themselves to keep up. Walk more, they thicken. Sit too much, they thin out. You are literally shaping your skeleton with your daily choices, whether you know it or not. And here comes the really strange part. Your bones also act like secret messengers. They release hormones that help control blood sugar and even affect how your body stores fat. Most people think hormones only come from glands, but your bones are quietly sending out chemical signals that influence your whole system. So think about this. Right now, your skeleton is not just sitting there. It's building, breaking, storing, producing, and even sending signals throughout your body. Bones are alive. They're active, and they're doing more than most people ever imagine. But here's the catch. This construction crew inside your bones needs supplies. If you don't give them what they need, things like calcium, vitamin D, and exercise, they can't do their job properly. Without those supplies, your bones start breaking down faster than they rebuild. Over time, they become thinner, weaker, and more fragile. This condition is called osteoporosis, and it's a big reason why older people sometimes break a bone just from a small fall. There are even cases where bones become so fragile that something as simple as a sneeze or bending the wrong way can cause a fracture. Imagine your ribs cracking just from coughing. That's how serious weak bones can get. So while your skeleton may be stronger than concrete, that strength is not permanent. It depends on how well you fuel and challenge it throughout your life. When you think of bones, you probably picture a skeleton from science class, a white frame that holds you upright. But bones are much more than that. They're shields, protecting your heart, lungs, and brain. They're storage units, keeping minerals like calcium and phosphorus locked away until your body needs them. And here's the part that surprises most people. Bones are also factories. Inside your bone marrow, your body makes blood. Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, all of them are produced inside your bones. So in a way, your skeleton isn't just supporting your body, it's keeping you alive by making sure your blood never runs out. Without bones, your organs would be unprotected, your blood supply would dry up, and your body would collapse in on itself. So no, bones are not boring. They are one of the most important parts of being human. So the next time you think about your body, remember this. You're carrying around a frame that is stronger than concrete, lighter than steel, and smart enough to rebuild itself over and over. Your skeleton is not just bone. It's a living, breathing system that protects you, fuels you, and keeps you alive. But here is the choice. You can take care of it, or you can let it crumble. Feed it the right nutrients, give it movement, treat it like the engineering masterpiece it is. Because inside you is a structure so strong it could hold up hippos, yet so fragile it needs your care every single day. Your bones are stronger than concrete, but they are only as strong as the life you give them.